am getting ready to go outside and harvest some yarrow. I have tried planting this probably for like 2 or 3 years now and haven't had really any success. I'd get little seedlings, but then when I'd transplant them, nothing would happen. So I just figured either the squirrels or something was either digging them out or they were drying up. And this is kind of an encouragement to you that if you try planting something and it doesn't work out, just keep trying, don't give up. Try planting in different areas or different soil textures, some like more sandy, because this year I have yarrow and I didn't plant any from seed. So I think from the previous years, it just either self-seeded because but honestly, I don't remember it even flowering last year. But anyway, I have plenty of yarrow this year. And so I'm really excited. I need to go out there and harvest it. It is best to harvest herbs. I was reading up, they usually say in the morning, but after the dew has kind of dried off. So, you know, after nighttime, the plants are a little bit wet. And so it is around 10 something right now. And I want to get out there and harvest it before the sun kind of gets to the garden area and it gets too hot. And so the reason you don't want to harvest it during middle of the day when it's really hot is because they say once it heats up, it releases kind of its essential oils. And you want those to stay inside the plant before you cut them off. At least that's what I've been reading. So if I'm wrong, you can correct me. But I've read a couple of articles or things where that's basically what everyone is saying. So I'm excited to go get some of that. Yarrow has a lot of health benefits. And I want to, or try to dry some, make some tinctures. You could make tea out of it. And it's actually really pretty. It looks really pretty, even like I feel like in like a dried floral arrangement. But yeah, I thought I would take you outside with me. I have planted a lot of my tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and I didn't record any of that because I needed to do it quick. We were going out of town this last weekend, and I knew if I left it in the cups, it would dry, or it was starting to not look so great. So I stayed up like 2 of the nights till like 11, 12 o'clock. I was in the garden, I had my string lights on, and I just planted. And I knew I should have took the camera out there, but it was dark. I knew you wouldn't see anything, so I was just like, it is what it is. So I'll kind of show you that too. I'll probably have to do a voiceover because there's construction going on in my street, and it's probably gonna be loud and, you know, but yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick little update. But let's go ahead and go out in the garden, harvest some yarrow, and I will show you kind of around where I planted what. And I still have some tomatoes and peppers that I need to plant out, but I don't have any more room. That's my struggle every year. And I told Eddie, I said, can we make the garden bigger? And I don't know, like I want to try different varieties, and I don't want just one plant of each variety because some of the plants don't do so good. And I want to try planting them in different areas of the garden, not plant them all together, just in case one gets a disease so it doesn't spread on all of them and then all of them are bad, you know? So if they're kind of spread out in different areas of the garden, hopefully if one gets sick, all the rest don't get sick. So that's just been my struggle. But anyway, let's just go outside and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Over here on the back porch, when we were up north this past weekend, we stopped by a greenhouse or nursery, and I got some onions just because mine, I don't have that many. I pulled out the ones that were growing because they went to seed, and I thought I would try planting these. Maybe when I pull out the garlic, I can put them there. We'll see. So there's some white ones and some yellow ones. I also got this mint. It is called, I believe, apple mint. Is that what it is? Ginger mint. I'm sorry, ginger mint. So I thought that was interesting. And the leaves are supposed to look like this, I think, because all of the plants that were there, they did look like this. So I'm guessing the older leaves start to turn this color. I'm not sure, I could be wrong. And then this was really pretty too. It's just, what is this called? White licorice. So I'll probably put this in like a floral arrangement or something. And then over here I have some peonies, or peonies, whatever you want to call them, that I bought at Walmart in like those little packs, and I put them in these containers just to see if they would start growing, and they are. I need to water these a little bit. So this one has already come up. So I got 2 varieties of each. So I have 2 Sarah Bernhardt, I think they're called, and 2 Dr. Alexander Fleming. Maybe that's what they're called. Sorry if I'm saying those wrong, but and so they looked really pretty. I haven't had any success, or I don't have any peonies growing yet, so I'm excited. I really need to get these planted out. And then I have a rhubarb that I also need to plant out. Poor thing has been in this pot for a little while, but it seems to be doing great. I also got it like really small. These are just some random strawberries, and I have 2 blueberries I need to plant out. I have some blueberries on here, and one of them, I had a lot more blueberries, and the squirrels knocked it over and picked off almost all of the blueberries. And yes, I almost cried because I was so excited to have blueberries, and they picked one of my plants, but it's fine. I'm going to try talking. I hope the construction noise isn't too loud. If it is, I'll just do a voiceover, but we have some strawberries that are ripening that I'll go through and pick. Those are doing great. The garlic will be harvested soon. So I did snip off these scapes before we left out of town. I do have some on those plants that I need to take off. And so maybe I can do that today. I put some lettuce here, some cabbage, and hopefully we'll be harvesting garlic soon. I did have a couple here, or quite a few, that were rotting. I'm not sure why this area, but hopefully the rest are okay. Over here I planted out, I have 2 loofahs and a moonflower, and I have this trellis, so it'll go up, and hopefully those will do great. Oh, one of my chickens is out, of course. I did plant a loofah somewhere over here, and it looks like it is gone, so something must have gotten to it. But I probably, when I harvest this garlic and pull it out, I'll plant some more loofahs because I have plenty of extra. Moving on back here, so I don't know if you remember a couple of videos back, I showed that I left the radish to go to seed and it was flowering, and now there are so many of these little seed pods. And so I've heard people say you can eat them like this. They taste like radish. I'm not sure. I haven't tried them. Looks like there's some eggs on here. Ew. But I usually will just leave them on here until they dry, and then I will harvest the seeds. It is a long process, or it is a tedious process, I should say, but I think it's really rewarding to have your own seeds. Oh goodness, my chickens are out, and I hope they didn't get in the garden. Okay, let me put them back in. Ay, ay, ay. Always something around here. Excuse me, ma'am. Come on. Ooh, ay, 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 ay. Let's close this so you guys can't get back outside. No, ma'am. Ruby, come here. Come here, honey. How did you get out? Come on. Come on. Let's go. You stay here. Come on. Come here, Rubes. Come on. Good girl. Okay, back to here. Moving on. I do have some random garlic that was left, I think, from last year. But I have planted 3 cucumbers here on this trellis. And those will vine up. And I have garlic on this side, so I didn't plant anything on this side of the trellis yet. Once I harvest it, I'll either plant more loofahs or cucumbers, or even some like butternut squash or something. We'll see. So over here, I have some lemongrass, some zinnias I need to plant out. These I have some more loofahs, some cabbages. I'm hoping to, when I pull out this garlic, I can plant over here some beets that I kind of replanted because they weren't doing so well. I have this echinacea plant that's starting to flower. Okay, moving on down here, this garden bed, I have some more cucumbers I planted, 3 on this side, 3 on that side, and I feel like as soon as I planted them out, they just shot up, so they were really ready to get out of their pots. I have 3 tomatoes here. My sister, I believe these are, my sister gave me. 3 over here that I planted. I'm not going to give you all the names just because I think that'll take too long. My beets seem to be doing great. And then I have a volunteer tomato plant over here. Sorry, it's a little sunny. Okay, back over here I have 3 more tomato plants. I have some little pepper plants over here. That's a volunteer potato I've just left. Some garlic and also a volunteer potato. Let me scoot over here. This is arugula that went to seed, and also I'm leaving it. It looks like we have some seed pods as well. We'll see if I can harvest something. It'll be my first time. And then some kale. More tomatoes that I still haven't planted out because I don't have room. And I believe this is like a white squash. Sorry, this sun is right here, but some more kale, garlic, 3 more pepper plants, little ones, 3 tomatoes, cucumbers. So as you can see, it's kind of like a pattern over here. 3 cucumbers, 3 cucumbers on this side, 3 tomatoes. These are some radish that I can harvest today, and 3 more peppers, and I planted some zinnias in between. And these are my flowers. I have pulled a bunch out, the Sweet William, I believe it's called, just because they were going to seed and drying up. So I pulled them out to make more room for other things to grow. I have plenty more pepper plants down here that I need to plant out. I believe this is like, what is this? A white squash too, I think. More tomatoes. This beautiful rose that I still haven't planted out. I planted these up with some flowers. Fountains going. Same thing on this side. Some more tomato plants. Over here I have this kale that's been in here, I believe, since fall. So I've been picking off little by little. I planted out some flowers here, but it looks like something decided to walk on through. Some beautiful, I love how these look. They're just like a soft, fuzzy. I think these are beautiful too. And then these are just stunning. Like the color is just so like bright and vibrant. They're like just showpiece in the garden. I only have one of these plants, I believe, on this side of the garden. I don't think I have any in the other, but they're beautiful. My roses are kind of in and out of bloom right now. There's a couple things blooming, but not much. And so here is the yarrow, which I need to go through and harvest. Some over here. I have some yellow one. Daisies. And then, let me show you something really cute. Okay, can y'all see this? Want to see something? I get scared every time they move. You see the babies? Hi. Oh, they're getting so big. Sorry, I know this lighting is so horrible. Oh, come on. Say hi. Hello. I don't know if you can see. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. You go back to sleep. They're so cute. Okay, moving on out here. So I have the potatoes over here and over there. And I know it's not good to plant tomatoes next to potatoes because they share the same diseases and they just say it's not good. But unfortunately, I kind of have no other choice. So if you remember, I used to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows on each side. And it just wasn't working out. It would have been too tight and it was hard to walk in between the rows. So we just combined the middle row and made like a wider one. So we have 2 walkways on either side. And then over here we have some onions that were left. We have tomatoes and then some peppers in between and basil also in between. Just basil helps fight off the pests and it just smells good. So I have peppers going all the way down, some peppers and basil in between. And similar things on this side. So I have potatoes on both outer rows. We combine this middle row, and here I have tomatoes going on the outside and cucumbers, and in between I have basil. And so that's what those are looking like. And they seem to be doing pretty good. Again, as soon as I planted them out, I feel like I've gotten so much more growth and they just look so much healthier. I do have aphids on them, unfortunately, so I have been going through and hand picking those, just flipping the leaves over, wiping them off. And I'm going to either tonight or maybe tomorrow go through and give them some or maybe I could do it now actually, mix up some fertilizer and water them in. I have that fish fertilizer because my cucumber leaves are looking like a little droopy. They're starting to yellow, so I just think they'll do better if I give them a little bit of fertilizer. So that's what I might go through and do. But first, I need to harvest my yarrow. I have some more coming in right here, and I have plenty on this side over here. It's just so pretty. So cute. So I'm going to go through and harvest some of that. I should have came out here a little bit earlier before it was so sunny. I've got my pruners, my basket, and I'm just going to probably snip them like right here. It's hard to do this one-handed. And something like that I think I'll harvest. While I'm out here, I'm also going to go through and harvest some of these garlic scapes. Last time when I harvested the other ones, these weren't ready, but it looks like they kind of are. I do have some smaller garlic with some of these smaller ones, but I think I'll just go through and harvest as much as I can, and then I have to do something with them because the other ones I just put in the refrigerator because we were going out of town. I didn't have time. So I want to look up some recipes. The past years I've just chopped it up, put it in the freezer, and left to like put in soups and stuff, but to be honest I forget about it. So I want to see what else I can do. I know some people do like pesto and I don't know if you can hear me over the chainsaw, but I got a pretty good bunch. There are some left, like some of these smaller ones, but I'm going to leave those for now. I'm not too worried about those, but I do have a good handful. I have quite a bit in the refrigerator, and I have a decent sized basket of yarrow. So let's bring these inside and do something with them. I actually wanted to harvest some of this radish too. So this is the French breakfast. Cuties, my cuties. This one is the white icicle. Oh, there it is. See the white ones? I think this is still the breakfast one. Ooh, that's a big one. And then we have some over here. This one is, whoops. That one is the royal purple. Let's get that out. It's pretty. I'm just gonna pull out some of the bigger ones. There's room for the rest to grow. I think that's pretty much it. And then that one, still pretty small. This is perfect for a salad for lunch. Let's see if we have any eggs yet. Oh yay, we have one so far. I'll take it. Thanks, girls. Usually get about 4 a day for the 5 chickens. I keep thinking about this. I really want to try one of these and see if it's true, if it does taste like a radish. I'm on the shade over here so you can, I don't know if you can hear me. It kind of does. It does. They're not bad. I get so excited to have like baskets of harvest from the garden. Okay. I didn't want to combine it all together because I didn't want the garlic to get on the yarrow. Okay, let's go inside. So it is the next day. I kind of never finished the video yesterday. I just left the yarrow. I just laid it out on my kitchen counter. I might put it in my dehydrator, or I might just leave it on the counter until it dries and then put it in a jar. We'll see. And I just was doing other things around the yard, replanting some planter pots and things like that. And it was just one of those afternoons where I couldn't concentrate on one project, so I didn't even bother recording it because I was all over the place. So it is actually morning the next day. I'm going to go out in the garden and just kind of take a look. I did water the cucumbers and tomatoes last night. I said I was going to fertilize them. I did not, but I did buy some bags of mushroom compost. So I think I might add that. I don't know, it'll probably be this evening, just because I have to go pick up an Azure order at around like 10:30, and I just don't want to get all dirty and, you know, whatever. And then I have a dentist appointment after that. So I'm just going to go ahead, kind of take a walk around the garden, check on the chickens. Those are usually my morning routine. If I'm home, if I'm not going to work, then I'll kind of take my time, take a walk around the garden. I just thought I'd take you along and kind of show you what I do in the mornings. I just, again, nothing exciting, just walk around. If the chickens need more food, I'll give them some more food and water, but I did that yesterday, so I think they should be okay for this morning. But let's just go ahead and take a look. Good morning, girls. Good morning. Hi. You're getting so big. You got food and water? Hi, Dolly. The white one back there. She's so little. Good morning. I know I want to let you out, but I gotta go soon. So we're hoping to make this coop movable. I'm going to do a whole separate video on the build of this coop. But we were hoping to add some wheels and make this, move this coop around. But it is really heavy. So the original design, we were like, let's just make a simple little coop that we can move around. And then once we started building it, it was like, oh, let's do this, let's add this. And so it turned out to be nice, but heavy. And so Eddie and I have been trying to move it around. Like, it used to stand right here, and so we moved it down there. So until Eddie finds, or hopefully it's the plan to find some like bigger wheels that will actually like work for this coop. What I do is, if I'm outside during the day, if I'm doing something like out here where I could keep an eye on them, I will let them out. They usually stay pretty close by, and this way they'll have more room to run around and fresh grass. Eddie and I were going to move the coop last night, but we kind of forgot. So yeah, we'll have to do that because it's kind of getting yucky down there. But just wanted to check on them. They do have some food and water, or plenty of food and water, I should say. I changed that out yesterday, so they're good for now. Let's go check on the big girls. So this is my mess right here right now, but if you remember, in these two planter pots, I had those like round arborvitae, I think they're called, but they're like a round shape. And they're really cute, but I put those, we have like very large planters on our driveway, so I put them in there and they look really good. Like, I'm so glad we moved them. And so I have to figure out what I'm going to put in these, and I have these two as well. And just kind of clean this area up. These pots used to have olive trees, but when we had the big frost, they just, they're gone basically. So I took those out, so that's why it's just messy over here. Like I said, yesterday I was all over the place. I was doing like 10 things at once and never really finished. But so those are some fun projects I can do. Still have to get all this planted out. I have to see, I think I have a pipe that is that has busted because it's really wet over here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, like it's really wet. I should have came out here when the drip was on this morning. So I don't know what's going on.
But this area seems to be pretty wet, and I could run a test and see, but I don't know what's going on. I'll have to check that out. Good morning. Gotta fix this area up too. I had beautiful roses blooming, but the lovely deer in my neighborhood keep coming. Same with the flowers. It's like they'll just start blooming and the deer will come through and just help themselves. And so I kind of give up. And then they have these two. They're beautiful, but I didn't realize they were going to get so tall, which isn't too bad of a problem, but it just kind of blocks the door if I need to open it. That's the only issue. So I might replant them somewhere else. And then this never really stays nice because I try not to let the chickens out, but sometimes they'll escape and they'll just go through and dig. And so it doesn't look so pretty. So yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. You have so much to say today, huh? Yeah. You want me to let you out for a little bit? Okay. Come on. Come on. Back up. Back up. Back up. Ruby. No, ma'am. I have watermelon rinds all over I need to pick up. I just threw those in there for them to pick off with. Goodness, there's a bunny out there. See it? Sorry. Okay, come on. Come. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah, I have to clean all this up because it's not cute.
I came back inside. Oh, sorry, my plant is in the way. I came back inside because it is cold outside. I'm freezing. I have like overalls, long sleeve shirt. I put a jacket on and I'm cold. I think it's like 58. But for us, that's cold, okay? Yeah, don't want to make this video too long and boring, but I just kind of wanted to show you what I do, and a lot of it I didn't show you because I'm so scatterbrained. I will start doing something here and there, and then my project never finishes because I'm doing a little bit here and there. I get so distracted so easily. But eventually it gets done, you know. So yeah, I will see you in a little bit.